I have a personal message for Donald John Trump. And you sit still, you son of a bitch, when I'm telling you this. I'm going to tell you right where you are, you fat, sorry sack of shit. People hate you. Now, let me give you, and I'm not just saying this because I don't like you. I'm saying this because I'm telling you what's happening to you right now. And get ready to tell you what's going on. First of all, everybody is stabbing you in the back. You can trust no one. I saw the story today where, of course, the Pentagon, because your boy Pete, he can't control shit, okay? It was already back leaking that General Kane told you about all the dangers in bombing Iran. Because why are they doing that? Because they hate you. And they're going to leak, and they're going to talk to the New York Times, and they're going to talk to everybody else. Just like your own staff, Susie Wiles. She hates you. That's evident. Sure. Already told you that. They're all leaking like crazy. They're all wondering what's going to happen in the next job. They don't give a shit about you, okay? They really don't. No, you can't trust anyone. Trust no one. What? Okay, maybe Stephen Miller.
The Democratic Party have lied to us about everything.
What's up, MMP fam? Did you ever think you would see James Carville, Democratic strategist, giving Donald Trump advice about his administration and his cabinet? It is a Twilight Zone moment, but that's neither here nor there. MMP fam, they're doing it again. They're doing it again. You notice when they heard that the strikes were going on or they were about to strike, the protesters, the fake, inorganic protesters came out. The paid protesters came out. They started with their pre-made signs. I mean, the signs are off the chain. Look at the signs. Look how they look. And this was like within what, 24 to 48 hours? 72 perhaps, if you want to go there. Look at it. Look at this. Why are these, why are white liberal Americans, if you look at that crowd, if you look closely at that crowd, these are all white liberal Americans, and I ain't got nothing against white people, so don't even try to go there. Look at the crowd. All over the United States, they talking about there are protests. Cap News Network and Nothing But Cap are talking about, there are protests all over the United States about this war in Iran. Why do you keep calling it a war? President Trump said it's an operation, but we'll get to that at some point. What are you all doing? Why are you all in the streets protesting about Iran? You're not Iranian. You're not. Look at how the people are responding in the United States that are from Iran or have moved from Iran. Look at how they're responding. And why is it the polar opposite? Remember, I said in another video, MMP fam, the Democrats take the 20% of the issue. 80% of the people or more, I'm sure 100% of Iranians wanted regime change. But the Democrats are on the other side of this. They always take the lowest common denominator. I don't understand it, and I don't need to understand it. But I hope you all understand it, because if you put these clowns back in office, this is what you can expect.
The Democratic Party have lied to us about everything.
moments after this crowd learned about the death of Supreme Leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei, they erupted in cheers. There were tears of joy. There were people hugging each other, saying that this is the very moment they've been waiting for 47 years. We're shown photos of the people that were allegedly killed by the regime. There were people here holding those photos and saying that this day is for them. One name that has come out time and again out of people's mouths here in Los Angeles is Reza Pahlavi. He is the son of the Shah, what they call the Crown Prince of Iran. These people here want to see Pahlavi back to Iran to take power and lead a temporary government and then hold a referendum in Iran for how it wants to move forward. They see this as a very important, a pivotal moment for Iran, hence the celebration. Now, there is a variety of opinions here. Some people calling for making Iran great again. Some people with photos of Pahlavi in these protests. Some of it, though, are people who just say they are thankful for President Trump for leading these strikes in Iran, saying that this is what Iran needed for a change, for a new revolution in Iran.
Everybody is saying this is the only time in the last 47 years where we actually have an opportunity to overthrow the Iranian government.
Now we're seeing a lot of Trump flags, President Trump being thanked by name here in this crowd, but some people are even Democratic voters who are praising the president, saying that they were disappointed with how Democrats had handled the relations with Iran in the past, and that this is the one opportunity that this generation will get for a regime change.
Remember Venezuela. You haven't heard anything about Venezuela in the news, have you? Why? Because everything is going well. Everything is going well. Remember when they were talking about the lady that took over from Maduro, Delcy, I think his name is Delcy Rodriguez, how they say, well, why did you leave her in place? There was a lot of doubt, a lot of questions, but Trump learned from Iraq. You can't remove an entire government system and expect change overnight. You can't do it. So he's not following that playbook, as he shouldn't. But watch Iran. Watch how this plays out. As long as things are running smoothly, the media, legacy media, is going to slowly pivot away from Iran, just like they did Venezuela. Now, if it's some drama, some negativity they can report that supports their narrative, because, you know, they always want to say something bad about Trump. This man, since he came down the escalator in 2015, they have not said anything good about Donald Trump. I want you to think about that. Process that for a moment. 2015, they've never said anything positive about our president. Now, not even as a private citizen when he left office, which they said he would never do. But when he left office, they had so much to say about him. As long as the transition is seamless, they're going to pivot away from Iran, and it's going to be on to the next story that they're going to make up about Trump so they can say something else about it. And you know what that is, America? We're already seeing it. It's the Epstein files. This story has no legs. For those of you all waiting for the shoe to drop and sitting on the fence and hoping against hope that there is something there that they can point out, Biden would have released it. Merrick Garland would have released it. There wouldn't have been a need to take Trump to trial in those 3 fake cases. There wouldn't have been a need to take him to trial. And you should have really known when they took the shot at him in Butler and then another attempt. They've had 3 attempts. There is no evidence against the president in the files. Why all of this energy now about the Epstein files? The entire Biden administration, nobody talked about this. Trump wins the second term, possibly a third, and everyone wants to talk about the Epstein files. The Democrats have lost the narrative. That's what this is really about. With this Iran regime change, they have lost the narrative. Did you see James Carville in the beginning of this video? Checkmate, game over, midterms are a full-blown wash, and they know it.